Hello, guys, and welcome to the first edition of the Skerryvore Podcast. I'm Deco, and I'm the host. And my rank and role in Skerryvore is Bronze Star, and I'm currently hosting the Skill of the Week and the podcast. So the first question is for the rest of you is, what's your rank and role in Skerryvore? Zekin?
Hello, my name is Deacon. My rank is Bronze Star, and my role in Skerryvore is to motivate people.
Ridge?
Hey, what's up? My name's Ridgewood. I'm a general, and my duties in Skerryvore are the Night Owl Enforcer.
Wow.
And I am Loch Ness. I am the supreme leader of the CC, and my job is to be the dictator, and I also moderate everything.
I don't want to do it. Right. My name's Swiss, and I'm a bronze star on everyone. I have no role, so I just do nothing.
Great. Second question we have is, what are you doing in game right now, and what are your goals for 2018? Zeke?
Deacon, fucking hell, look at the order.
Wait, I thought it's you. Wait. Okay, so I'm doing and my goal is to max my Ironman. I'm getting pretty close right now.
Wait, what are you
My-
doing? Your mic cut up.
I'm doing crafting right now. I'm training crafting. I'm almost maxed on my Ironman, and I'm like 2 weeks away. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Alright.
Ridge?
Yeah, my current goals are hopefully maxing by August / like September-ish, around there, depending on how far I get EHP wise. Other goals that I have are hopefully all the wilderness boss pets, even like Chaos Elemental, like Scorpia, Veni, Callisto. Vedion's gonna be a pretty hard grind now.
So right now I'm training smithing, doing addy plates, looking to max maybe next week. But I've got some pretty big goals for post 99 skilling and PVM in general. I'm gonna do a few pet hunts. Hopefully all the Slayer pets will be quite nice. And in terms of skilling, thinking 50 mil agility XP for the HP ranks. And maybe RC, maybe like 50 mil RC. It's my favorite skill, and I find it quite relaxing to do.
Well, currently in game I am doing Herbivore because I would like to get the pet. So that's one of my goals this year. Another one would be to max. I'm quite a casual player in terms of how much EHP I get a day, so we'll see if that actually happens. There's a few pets I'd like as well. Starting with the Hellhound pet, the Cerberus pet, which hopefully I won't have to grind too hard for. But other than that, not really interested in much else right now.
My goals are at the moment, well, do thieving right now, 38 mil. Go for 200 mil thieving first.
Nice.
My end of year goal, I say, I don't know really. See how far I can get for this year. Probably, hopefully, 3.5k a year EHP or something.
Very
But
nice.
as soon as I've done, what XP goals wise is 200 mil thieving, 50 mil agility, and 200 mil hunter. And I'm already max, unlike all you guys.
Next question we have is, keeping it casual, what are your favorite activities, skills, or bosses in OSRS?
Activities wise, as in mini games or whatever you like.
Just general activities, like what sort of things do you enjoy participating in?
I generally just enjoy skilling, so any sort of skilling wise, yeah.
Any particular skill you enjoy more than others?
My favourite skill is probably agility. I like because I can play other accounts at the time, so I can sort of have that casual aspect on another account without worrying about losing XP. But bossing wise, I do enjoy doing wilderness bossing, but I very rarely do it, and I occasionally like doing bandos. So I'm not always that skilled in that.
As for me, there are a few things that I enjoy, but I don't necessarily do because they don't give any XP. Castle walls being one, clue scrolls being another. But as for skills, as I already mentioned, RC is my favorite skill. I enjoy all the skills but Hunter. But yeah, I'd say I prefer to spend most of my time in game just generally training skills.
Am I next?
Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite skills, yeah, I just like skilling. I really like Slayer, crafting, agility. I think I'm gonna do these things after I max. My goal is, I didn't say that, so I'll say it now. My goal is to get 50 mil agility and 20 mil fire making after I max. Fire making I don't really enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but not that much. But it's just for ranks. I like to compete after I max.
Oh yeah, bro.
And I'm gonna do some PVMing too. I do like PVMing, but I prefer skilling.
Yeah.
That's it.
As
Uh,
far as my goals go, or not even goals, just activities I enjoy. Occasionally, like around maybe once or twice a week, I'll do like 3 or 4 hours of BA barb assault. I have like over, I think 60 high gambles for the pet. I also like doing like solo bossing, like safe spotting, because I'm a pleb. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, I quite enjoy a mix of PVM and skilling, although I am more inclined to skilling because, well, I like group PVM and most of the time I can't be bothered looking for people, to be honest, so I do enjoy the solo aspect of skilling. I really enjoy Herbivore because it is relaxing, it's something I can do while I do other stuff in real life. And I also enjoy thieving. I do a bit of that AFK if I get the time.
foot pedal.
Yeah, with my foot pedal. And yeah, that's it. I haven't done much in like the way of mini games, so I'll do more of that in the future, but not right now.
Interesting stuff. Next up is, if you could add one thing to OSRS, what would it be?
Oh, add one thing. Wow, that's a pretty difficult question.
We had like a week to revise this.
Yeah, but it's not like a test, so
It's difficult to think up new things, just like, especially when
100%.
we've got our RuneScape 3 already. Like your mind is instantly drawn to that.
It's much easier thinking about what you want removed from the game.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'd add a lot more scaling methods and make scaling more of a viable way to make money, because currently it's only really like black chins and rune crafting, and I'd like that to be different. I don't.
Mm.
Think
I like it
that's
how
right.
it is. I like how it is.
It's okay how it is, but I think there should be a bit more. It shouldn't just be 2 skills out of.
Is there
a load
any
of them.
skill in particular that you think needs more methods?
Not in particular, but I think there should be a big mix.
Okay.
Just left Deco.
Me next, yeah. No, I think
No, it's not.
Swift. Yeah.
Oh,
Swift
shit.
now.
Oh yeah, forgot Finn wasn't here. I was looking at the wrong one, sorry. Add. I don't know. Even though I revised it, I don't like what I put, so... I say, I wanted another skill in the game, but thinking about it long term now, I don't think so. Because it depends if it's a skill which doesn't affect the economy, so like maybe another gatherer, like, yeah, a gatherer. Another gatherer in the game, but that would be very hard to think of what else could you gather resources with now. So it's that. So I've got that sort of a concept, but that's about it. I don't want nothing what adds money into the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think that there should be like added into the game more like item sinks. Because the most recent update with the Kraken Tentacle made them rise like
Yeah,
hell.
yeah.
So I feel like as our economy is just keep on growing and like real world trading is just going.
I
up
feel like I don't want
more.
another viable in the game either, though.
Yeah,
Invention was
the,
actually
the
quite a good
biospores
idea,
are
though.
going down.
Yeah,
99
invention was actually
crafting used to be like 120 mil, and now it's like what 60.
Yeah.
Like it literally cut in half.
The invention idea on OSRS is quite good, but if they could do it into a different concept, maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think a new skill should be added like just yet.
Yeah,
be
just to
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's
maybe
like
in like a
2
year,
years.
2 years,
Yeah.
like yeah. But as far as like updates and everything go, I think they need to like relax. Like I feel like every update that they're doing now just feels a little bit rush after Fossil Island and Dragon Slayer 2. I feel like Rev Caves weren't really thought that much, and that's why they were like nerfed, buffed, nerfed.
Yeah,
buffed.
Rev Case was the big example of being rushed.
But yeah, that's definitely a big example.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to like add more stuff into the game for like wilderness, like PKers and shit, but I don't really see like what else could PKers want, honestly, you know what I mean? Like revs are decent again. Like it doesn't really make sense to me. But
Zeke.
I don't know the order. I just
Uh,
saw just
We'll-
restart already,
What do
to
you
be
want
honest.
in game?
Like
We'll-
this
we'll-
entire time, being
we'll just tell you when it's you go.
okay. So
If you
what
could
was the
add
question
one
again?
thing.
If
you
I
could
could
add
add
one.
one thing,
Yeah.
I would like a better account security. I feel like people are getting hacked, and it's not necessarily in game, I know, but I feel like they should definitely look into adding
Ooh, yeah.
something else, or
Very good.
like removing adding authenticator delay, so you don't get hacked.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Personally, like when Artisan and Sailing were first pulled, yeah, I wanted them. Like, especially Artisan. I thought Artisan was pretty interesting concept, but I don't think Artisan would really contribute as a goal sink. I think, in fact, it'd bring money into the game, and I no longer feel like it would work in OSRS right now. I think if they were to add a new skill in the future, I think it definitely needs the goal sync, as we discussed earlier. And one of the like more controversial topics is summoning. I think the followers that we had in summoning originally were way too overpowered, but personally I actually like the concept of the skill. More on that to come about summoning, but I don't know if I want it added, but it's
I doubt a new skill would be added. I think everyone just too much of a split in the community.
I don't think summoning will ever come to the game because of alt man mode.
yeah.
Lay
more-
down.
more on summoning
Lay
to come.
down.
As for less controversial stuff, and I've seen a lot of suggestions, is stealing creation and Soul Wars.
Might
I think
as well add rune span.
no, I mean I don't want the rewards that they give, but I think the gameplay itself is very fun, and we need something for the casuals to stay away from affecting the game. Like we need something for the casuals to just go and play a fun mini game and don't necessarily feel the need to
Fuck the casuals,
impact the
bro.
game. Yeah. going on the opposite end of the scale, and one that we can probably all contribute a lot more to is one thing you'd like to remove from the game. Starting with Ridgewood.
I'd definitely say Zaya. I feel like that was just also a little bit too rushed after old school servers just released. I mean, even though they were it was released, I think 2 years ago. Was it released in 2016?
Start, yeah, something like that.
Like 2016, 2015, but the game just came back in 2013, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they didn't really give that many players a heads up. You can't just add a giant new spot where there's nothing. You know what I
It's
mean?
not even finished yet. It's 2018.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even done.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the updates are just rushed so they can give other people the content short term, but in long term, I just don't think that should have really been added that fast. If Zaya released now, that would be everyone would be like, what? Because there was really no other way to train fire making besides burning goddamn logs in Varrock, just walking down a straight line.
Yeah. Old school, by the way.
I mean, yeah. You done
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Rich really, and deleting Zaya and even Fossil Islands. I feel like with them just 2 updates alone, they've devalued so many skills. I even though I abused them myself. Oh, if they weren't there, I'd still do the normal methods, because it's so easy to do. You might as well just abuse it.
Yeah.
So, for example, what's been devalued so fast in Zaya and Fossil Islands being runecrafting, farming, fire making, mining, and even woodcutting a little as well.
Yeah.
And Slayer the most actually. Yeah, fucking hell,
Yeah,
Slayer's
that's a big one. Yeah.
increased almost over 75k easily.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
For me, it's I think Nightmare Zone. I think it should have been removed a long time ago.
Oh,
think it's
fuck you,
fair.
bro. I love
I
that
think it's-
zone.
I think it's
Love
just
the Nightmare Zone.
Bro, I cannot do class without Nightmare Zone, bro.
Sorry.
I feel
Bonzi.
like it's way too rewarding for the AFK time. Almost, I think it's actually efficient to do just Nightmare Zone if you.
It's efficient if you have a life to do Nightmare Zone.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been
Yeah.
removed a lot. Yeah, it almost feels like it's too late to remove right now.
I feel like the 20-minute AFK is fine. If they're gonna remove Nightmare Zone, remove splashing.
You know what else I think they should remove? Player mods, because they don't do jack shit. Honestly,
True.
how
then.
many times do you see a player mod actually in the Grand Exchange, trying to at least control some some bot spam?
P-Mod's
I know
just
they
care
can
about
just
fashion
make
skate.
a new account and shit, but I mean it's just getting out of hand. I walk into the Grand Exchange and immediately my PMs are just filled with private server, Boomscape, all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've had public on.
And even back then in the day, never got that. They would never add you as a friend and PM you, ever. That never happened. The only thing they do is they just sit in the Grand Exchange with a bot spam and just that's it. But I feel like nowadays player moderators, I'm not even afraid of them, to be honest. Before, used to be oh my god, you're gonna get muted if you don't watch what you say. But now, if you say something to a player moderator, and you're just talking to him and he mutes you, and you fight it, he can get his it removed.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is just the wrong kind of moderation that they should be doing. They should be good looking after actual bots or actual people who are committing
The worst ones who
real
just
offenses.
talk to show off at the P-mod. They're the worst ones. I remember I was
Those are the
working, a
worst
guy
type of
just
people.
started talking to me about hi. I'm like, hi. Just kept on trying to talk to me. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to you just because you have P-mod, bro.
Yeah. What about you, anyway, Locke?
Well, also think Zia should be removed, but I think there's a lot of good methods, although they are OP and should be nerfed EXP rates wise. I think they haven't fleshed out what they already have in-game enough, and instead they've just added a big landmass. So for example, there's a lot of like areas on the map where it's just cuts off and it's still pure black. And I feel like they should have worked on that before adding a giant landmass that contributes like just insane EXP rates to a lot of skills that don't need them. Volcanic Mine, for example.
Yeah, I feel like they have to, whenever they release something, they feel like they have to add something really good or no one's going to do it.
Yeah.
It turns dead content anyway. Like, now, when have they added a quest what isn't like dead content except for the day ones? Like, every new quest now has to have a big reward, like
Yeah.
Green Dragons for Numanis 2 demonic gorillas and shit. It's just pointless.
I feel
What kind of
like-
annoys?
No.
Go on.
No, I feel like if Volcanic Mine, for example, was 65k an hour, I think people would still do it, even though like it's kind of dead during certain times of the day anyway. I feel like people would still do it because it is a fun mini game.
Oh, it is
It doesn't
fun.
need to be like over 90k an hour, which it
Mm.
is.
Completely agree. Going to dead content, what really annoys me is that they add new things in, like dark crabs, for example, and they feel the need to buff content that's become dead because of the new content. So they'll say like manta rays aren't used anymore. Let's give them the buff so that they can also cure poison. Like some things just have to be dead content. Everything can't have a niche use.
Yeah.
For God's sake, the Birthrope Games Room is dead content. And they still have it,
And they still talk about trying to do something with it too.
and it's just not going to work out. No one wants to sit down and play fucking Connect 4 or whatever the fuck that is with runes. Like, I'm just being real. Like, what the fuck reward could you actually get for playing Connect 4? Like, legit. XP? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, agree.
Like, what would you get? Cosmetics? Like,
I guess it would be a good way for Iron Men to get runes.
wow.
Fuck Iron Man.
Yeah, fuck Iron Man.
Hey,
It was Iron Man in 2018. As for removing things myself, biggest one for me is Winter Todd.
no,
Really annoys me.
no.
Really annoys me. The thing about Winter Todd is profitable. Like the thing about fire making is that it's always been like you quite literally burn in your cash pile, and you can't make fire making profitable, fun to do, and 300k XP an hour.
It's fucking shit. There's so many
Like-
people 200 of fire making now.
People will do it for the pet. Like people would do it because it's profitable. People will do it for it's fun. It can't have all three things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Zaya is another one that was mentioned. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm in Zaya, whether it's on my alt and I need to run somewhere, I feel like I'm running across the map for 20 minutes, and I'm just wondering, what is
Yeah,
this?
legit. I
Why
feel like
you-
the run from Hostitius to fucking, like, Lovacan is literally
Yeah,
it's from, like, Lumbridge to Falador.
like why the fuck is this place so big? Like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Doesn't need
Like,
to be.
literally, there's just a bunch of NPCs fucking shops so you don't eat.
Yeah.
It's dead content. Like, literally, it's dead content island. And the only people who go there are Iron Man.
And I think
But
a lot of the
fucking Todd farm product shit.
46k an hour, by the way.
a lot of the content that they've brought to Zaya, so tithe farming, the current catacombs, the skill that's Fossil Island, but Fossil Island goes into the same category. Like a lot of the methods that they're bringing in are fun, fast, and you get collectibles or whatever from them. You know, like outfits or the
Yeah.
farming outfit or the herbivore pet or something from Fossil Island. Like they don't need to be so absurdly useful. Like people will still do them.
Also, another thing that I am kind of interested in adding to the game is, like, a new meta for Ironman, like just beginning. Because usually they follow the guide where they like do a couple quests, then they do waterfall, then they do this. Imagine if like Ironman actually had like not like a guide necessarily, but like kind of like a new kind of skill-ish for an Ironman. You know what I mean? Because they like basically are just playing alone. So I feel like just beginning out, I feel like they'd benefit from that.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, they can't just go to like the Grand Exchange and buy whatever buyables for 99. They actually have to like grind for months to get that stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people like when an Ironman like maxes, I feel like people are just like, oh, Iron maxed. Like they don't really actually understand like how many hours
Yeah, that's true.
and how many like boss kill counts and all that shit. Like it's just painful.
All right. Question number 6. Who do you look up to in the OSRS community? Personally, I look up to, although he doesn't play as such anymore, he plays free to play, is of course Caleb Ultimate Elegy. He was the first person to really inspire me to play the game properly. Watched a lot of his videos a couple of times. I really appreciate I really appreciate like the time he took, like not only to maintain the rank that he did, but to also share the methods, like 2-tick woodcutting. Like if it wasn't for him sharing, like I know other people have shared it now, but I think he was like the first guy to share 2-tick woodcutting idea.
Well, he only went public because he was the only one who had subscribers. He was on YouTube before, just because he had subscribers.
Yeah, he was like the voice though for
Yeah.
EHP or whatever, I guess.
Yeah. He definitely brought scaling out loud, I guess.
He inspired a lot of us, I think.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I think I look up to Caleb the most.
I say I look up to like Link's Titan and Ardinio, stuff like that. Like when I first started, it was probably all Melody, but I stopped watching him in 2016 or something. I just stopped watching him. So then it just moved on to like people in the top skilling clans. So I just, even though they don't tweet or anything, I just wonder how they play and stuff. Just look at the CML, but I want to get one of them weeks and stuff. That's how I play the game, to try and impress other people, I guess.
Zeke.
Yeah, for me it's also he really motivated me. But there's like so many people, like all the high level clans like Haxis, Omni and Solus. I watch their podcasts and they really motivate me. Especially I would say Iron Fatty. He has a YouTube channel and I really like he's motivated me, really helped me a lot too.
Omni a smiley, by the way, I forgot to add that in.
By the way.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of they're just insanely good and insanely dedicated at the game, and for the average
100%, yeah.
RuneScape player, they don't really understand the effort they put in. Like it's insane the things they do and they can do.
Yeah.
And I really look up to all these people. There are so many people. It's just, but if I had to name one, it would be Iron Fatty from Erudite. CC.
Okay. But you, Locke?
I don't look up to one or maybe two in particular, but I think I really like high-level completionists. So, like Homer with 40 pets, I think that's like incredible. Like the amount of hours put in. And yeah, Totus, by the way. And people like Wooks, although there is no one else like Wooks, he is a god. Even though I don't PVM much, like when he achieves stuff, like he was the first to achieve the Inferno, like that just makes me think like wow, because he does all like the maths, he does like the calculations for stuff, like his Zia method for the books as well. I think, you know, just like wow, like he's put in the time and effort to calculate that and shared it with other players. So I think that's like a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do I look up to? Well, when I first started playing the game back in 06, 05, I was young. I was a little young guy, so I didn't really know much. But definitely the people who like inspired me to play, or people I look up to, or used to look up to now. Well, not now, but are Sky. I don't know if you guys know him, Sky Chi and
Yeah.
Fat
Yeah.
Wrecked. Those are two people. Rest in peace, Fat Wreck, by the way. He's been dead for like 10 years. And I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, there's not really that many other people I look up to, because I don't, like, I have like EHP mindset, but I don't really like boast about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still like fairly new
Hmm.
to like OSRS. Like now, I played in 2013, and then I stopped, and I got to like I think like 800 total, and then I just started playing again last year around this time. So I've only been like a year back.
Right.
So I mean, like what like Zekin was saying with like Hexus and like Fortis, whatever, like all those Omnia. I don't really know those
Fortis!
guys. Whatever. Yeah, Fortis, whatever, dude.
I mean,
Social CC.
Yeah. I don't really like know what the fucking deal is with them. Like I know they're a bunch of like
fucking shit,
Yeah,
that's
like
what they are.
like they just like grind. You know, I'm not talking about Fortis. I'm talking about like Omnia, Hexus.
Yeah.
But like I don't really know like that much about them. Like I know that they're like EHP like nerds, but I don't really like see their like EHP or levels like anything impressive to me based on
Really?
like how long that they've been playing. Since the game's released, it's been like 5 years. So I'm surprised that they're not better, to be honest.
Oh, shots.
I mean, what? It's been 5
FBI.
years, man.
FBI, take this podcast down. Can't
Bro,
say
it's like-
that.
At Hexus.
It's getting faster. It's getting faster and faster
would
each year,
also-
though.
Also,
Like
I would
Slay
never
used to be
apply to
20k in
those.
2013.
I would never apply to Slay Stars. I would never apply to anything because I don't really like. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I
It's
feel
much
like
harder than you
it's
think.
one of those like it's not even like you have friends. Like you have to make friends. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
how the hell do you make friends? Like, oh hey, I
What
just
is
got
friend?
300 like EHP week. Like, oh sick dude, I got 320. Like, oh wow, you're so much better than I am. Like, that just doesn't really ring a bell to me. Like, we're all just fucking people sitting behind a computer game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I feel
I
like
get- I
just
get your
like
point.
shots me like. I feel like just
Yeah.
subtweeted me
Guys.
so hard.
Can I say one thing?
Go
Can we
ahead,
please
clip it.
start over? Like this is actually really like
No, we've gone too far now.
okay.
All right. Next question. What would you
I'm
be
just gonna leave
doing?
my mic. You guys can.
Okay. What would you be doing if not for OSRS? Personally, so like I've always thought like if it wasn't for OSRS, then I'd be like more involved in real life. Like I always like to think, oh yeah, I'd be going to the gym a lot and I'd be playing like music and learning languages. But it's, you know, if why aren't other people like that? No, they don't play RuneScape, so like I know in reality I'd probably just be watching Netflix and stuff. Maybe I'd have better grades, I don't know. But I think ultimately I'd probably go to other games.
Yeah,
Uh,
if OSRS was like never a thing, like if RuneScape, Andrew Gower just never made it, I think I'd probably still be playing Club Penguin.
Same
Maybe.
as-
I don't know, because at like a really young age, I was like really interested in computers. So, I mean, I already have a job in like computer science. I'm a web designer, so I work from home, and I basically just do a lot of like HTML, JavaScript, jQuery, like Ruby, all that stuff. And it's pretty much the same thing every day, but I get to stay home and play skate from home. But if it would never existed, I'd probably just be on the computer, just like programming still. Or probably playing Fortnite, who knows.
Yeah.
I'd probably be playing other games. I'm a really big fan of like the Korean hack and slash MMOs, and I'm also a console gamer. Yeah, I know, shame me. I really like Skyrim, just other MMOs. I'm just a big
Yeah.
MMO fan. That's probably what I'd be doing.
Yeah, I didn't even know what RuneScape was till 2015, like December 2015. It's when I made my first ever RuneScape account. Like I never played it back when I was like a kid. Never played RS3, never played pre-EOC or whatever. This is my first ever RuneScape I've ever played in my life. What I'd probably be doing is probably still be playing cards, doing COD montages and shit what I used to do. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know he was that cool.
I know, yeah, bro. Such a nerd. But I still go to the gym like 3 times a week. I still play sports and stuff. Well, that's my degree and stuff as well. So I think I've still sort of got like a social life, even though I play RuneScape. But I never tell anyone that I play RuneScape. Like when I'm in class in phone zone, I hide my phone. Like no one can see what I'm doing. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just texting someone. Yeah, in matter of fact, I'm clicking on the super combat. That's about it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, like I'd say like 3 or 4 of my like IRL friends know that I like basically no life RuneScape now. But they don't really like if I'm going out, like I'm not gonna be like, oh hey, like I haven't seen you in forever. Like, oh hey, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm just sitting at home playing RuneScape. Like, like
Yeah,
you're
I
not
know.
gonna say that to someone. You'll be like, oh, you know, I'm good. School's going great. and
Like,
everything.
when my friends walk through my room, I close down RuneScape. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm scrolling through Facebook or something, watching Netflix, bro. I can't let them know that I'm playing RuneScape. Like, even when I go out like clubbing and stuff like twice a week, I always like make sure no one can see me on every 20 minutes to get my phone out, clicking on Super Combat inside the damn
Yeah,
floor.
I get that.
Right.
Alright.
Yeah, that's about it.
So if you're moving on in chat. It's the best update of OSRS, and what's the worst update of OSRS so far? Starting with Ridge.
The best update.
Yeah, best and worst.
The best update.
0.
I know it's hard to pick one.
All right, come back to me when I get it,
Okay.
because I can't think of one.
Alright, I'll go. Okay, so they recently did a best update straw poll on the Q&A, and I voted for the one that came first. Personally, I think it's the Grand Exchange. A lot of people oppose it, especially in the high-level community. And the thing is, like, I feel like the Grand Exchange prevents scamming somewhat. People say as well, like, oh, well, you know, there's no player interaction anymore, but how much player interaction was there? Like, you stand in Varrock and spam something until someone wants to buy your junk.
I didn't play the game before the G, so I didn't know anything about it really.
You didn't miss much.
Oh
I
God.
I just think it was a nostalgic thing. I don't think it was really like I think the G is a very important and useful update.
I think they should have added something like the Grand Exchange,
But
but
trading post.
exactly where people put their stuff up for sale, and you can swap between like armor, runes, like planks, seeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not really like you can buy it there, but you can buy it straight from the person. You know what I mean? Like so you know whose it is, and they can set it like it's like a set price. But then again, we'd also have to go back to shit. What's it called? What did we used to use back in 2013
Huh? You had it.
to find out the price of stuff?
Zybez.
Yeah, Zybez. I thought that was it. Yeah, we used to like use that a lot. People used to sell like
Yeah.
massive amounts of stuff. But
think-
like way back when in like 06, 07 when I first played, it was mainly Falador. Falador Park was pretty lit. There were a lot of people there. There were like over probably 100 people just spamming in Falador Park, which I thought was always awesome because like I've never seen that many people like come together.
Hmm. I saw Automelogy come up with an interesting concept at the time when GE was being pulled. He said that he'd like to keep the trade and post in game and make it so that things are auto accepted, but you have to be logged in. So it's like the GE kinda, but you need to be logged in because the problem is, and I agree with Caleb, is that people can make mills and bills in the G because it's zero time. Like they do it when they sleep in. They flip items or merch. Like they don't have to be logged in, which is stupid. Like you shouldn't be able to progress in the game without being logged in.
Nah, that's kind of shit. Like, what if you want to bank a 99 or something like construction? That would take forever. You can't go to sleep and expect your planks to buy.
Take
Welcome back
longer.
to the old days.
Take longer without the G.
Fuck that.
I feel like back then, if they had Iron Man method, like that would have been very helpful for like gathering items. Like if they had Iron Man back in like, I don't want to say
G-
pre EOC, but like a little bit before that.
If the G was removed now, everyone will want it back.
Yeah. As for
I
the
don't even
worst
say like
update,
that many members would want it back. I'd say like more like merchers, flippers, and like
Some merchants didn't
lazy people. Honestly,
think merchants will still be able to merch quite well. Is it?
as for the worst update though, it's a coin flip between Winter Todd and Zeo. I'm
I'm
gonna go
sorry
with
to interrupt. I'm so sorry. But for number 5, the one what you would want to add into OSRS is a new clan system. There, that's it. Done.
Yeah,
I
I
forgot.
agree.
Carry on.
Do you come up with best and worst yet, Ridge?
yeah, I'd probably say the best update around was definitely either. I'm really tied between the two right now, but I'd either have to say like Forecast for like a new bossing method, or the Inferno. They're both really good updates because not only does it like cater to like the high level content people who like normally would just have to be bossing, it makes them really like test their game mechanics and like skill for the game. But as for the worst, I'd probably say Last Man Standing because that game's dead.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Last Man Standing. Well, Clan Wars is pretty dead. Like no one really fucking goes there anymore, besides to like re-heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like reset their stats.
yeah. It's pretty
So
overpowered.
I mean, like Clan Wars is pretty much fucking useless because how often do you see a fucking clan battle going on? Never. Like you never hear of shit like
True.
going down.
True. But you, Locke?
I'm going to have to agree on the Grand Exchange being the best update ever because I personally don't fancy standing in Varrock for 5 days trying to buy one armor set,
Yeah.
and I also don't fancy potentially being scammed. So it was a pretty
Why
great
not just get it
update.
yourself? Why not just get it yourself, Laura?
Do I look like an Iron Man? No? Okay. Well, as for burst updates, there's been a lot of absolute shit updates in old school. I just can't
Preach.
pick one.
Best update is probably Blatchins, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I love Blatchins.
Wow.
Or
I think
the
Black Chins are pretty good because it also brought like PKers, like
yeah,
content.
and I also like the bank one. I can't really think of many updates. I like the bank one as well. That was quite useful. It was a bit annoying trying to get 800 items in your bank just to do
Yeah, true.
rank standing. Worst one, well, it was all enough because of the magic seeds. That was it. Yeah.
My question is, I don't know how you can just add a boss and then nerf it. Like,
I don't know, yeah.
why don't you
balance
make
and-
sure the first time that
Why
something
is
is good?
why is magic seeds such a meme? That's
And the
why-
thing is, they don't like Jagex doesn't even accept their mistakes. They just like, oh, okay, we'll fix it. Like, they're not like, oh, okay, we fucked up. Like, we'll do better next time.
Why do
They're
they
like-
think it's acceptable 200k for one magic seed? Why do you think that is acceptable?
Yeah, it's absurd.
Fucking annoying. And I bet it's actually. I bet there's still a lot of magic seeds in games just because it's such a big meme now. That's why it's so expensive. I bet really, if no one really spoke about it, it'd be like 135.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just pissed me off.
What sort of updates would make you quit the game?
Summoning. Definitely
Starting
summoning.
Swift?
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't know really. I don't think any updates will make me actually quit the game unless it's maybe microtransactions, so they root and you can buy XP. That's probably when I'll stop caring about the game. So I'll eventually quit. And but there's nothing substantial really I can think of.
I'm a bit picky, I guess. Like there's a lot of things that I'm quite passionate about the game. I think power creep is a concern for me hugely. I think if they add too many like OP things like Tebow, it could become a real concern, and I think that might pull me off the game a bit, especially PVM. Anything graphical is a huge one for me. It's so simplistic, like just how the game looks, but that means so much to me. Like it would completely demotivate me for anything to look any different to this that we have right now.
yeah, I've noticed that RuneScape players just get comfortable with updates, and then they just get fucked over next week when something comes out. Like, because RD Knights have been out for God knows how long, since the beginning of the creation of the game. And there are people who, like, I don't know how these nerd necks found out these methods, like, legit. Like, luring it into a building, or, like, the old method where you used to lure the knight and then, like, stand on, like, the piece of rubble and then, like, de-spear him and then, like, de-spear him twice into the door and close it. Like, how the hell do people find that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, another good update that I like to expand my wilderness that I was going on earlier. Definitely the wilderness bosses are great update. That like not only brought PKers in, but it also brought like anti-PKers and like again with the nerd neck. Like how the hell did they come up with the safe spotting? Like really, who thought of going to Callisto, magic longbow, running east, going south, and then having him just stand there?
Yeah, I've always thought that. How the fuck did I find that?
How? Like how? How do you know its distance? You know what I mean?
Some clever people in the game, that's for sure.
I feel like maybe they were getting PK'd and like they were running a certain direction and then they ran back and like he was just there. Like he was just stuck. Like honestly. Like even for Vedion. How the hell did people find that? Or Venenatus. Standing on the Tetris block and then running west past the webs and then waiting for the green attack and then run and then you like move a square south and then you just run south again. And
Yeah.
it's safe spotted. Like seriously, how do people come up with this? Like it just blows my mind.
You mentioned summoning. There's more on that to come next question, but is there any other updates that would make you possibly quit RuneScape Bridge?
Well, any new update that would make me personally quit, it depends. Like if a new skill came out after I just maxed, not only would that piss off me or people who have the max cape, but it would also piss off Link's Titan and like all the top score people, because their like EXP would just,
Yeah.
tap down 200 mil, and they'd be like, "What the fuck? Now I have to spend another year playing this game." You know what I mean? Like, and what if they don't even like the skill? Then like they're just gonna quit, just like everyone else does. Like they don't like a new skill, like they just get comfortable. You know what I mean? Like they don't really want to like conform. But as for like overall progress of the game, I definitely think like summoning just shouldn't be added because of like alt and mode, like I said, and like you have an alt with like 28 inventory slots. So I don't really see like a point in like a pack yak or like a steel titan when you have like another account, because back in 09 I got muted. I didn't get banned. I got muted for apparent account sharing. And in the like report, it says nothing that I shared my account with anyone. So
Wow.
I was really confused, and that's not even a bannable offense anymore. So I don't even get it.
What you, Locke? What would make you quit?
Gonna agree on graphical changes, because honestly, like the graphics of RuneScape or old school are just like something that really makes the game for me.
Yeah.
If I wanted like the graphics that they have in RuneScape free, I would probably, just go play RuneScape free. So that and microtransactions, bonds aside, I think they're an awful idea. Like giving players an advantage because they might have more money than someone in real life, just for like the company's own greed.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be pretty like demotivating for me.
Completely agree.
Yeah, if they added more like bondish type of like money, you know what I mean, like microtransactions, like that would be pretty bad for the game. I agree.
And Locke, how do you feel about summoning becoming a potential skill in the future?
Summoning as it is, absolutely not. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of ways they could rework the skill, because obviously people in old school have like a very negative view of summoning, and I'm one of those people. I just don't think in its current state it's suitable for the game. If there was like a potential rework, I would read it and consider it, but that's obviously up to the JMods.
It's up to the community. We get to pull it.
Yeah, they're the ones who present the ideas mostly, so...
Also, I wonder, free-to-play cannot vote on polls, correct?
I believe they can.
Yeah, it's total level based.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was going to say, can't people just make poll bots?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can, yeah.
They do.
Like, if they really wanted an update, like, they could just do that. I don't know. But,
Swift.
yeah, you can go Swift.
Swift?
Yeah, I don't even know what summoning is, so I have no comment.
Wow.
I didn't play the game. I played RuneScape till 2015, so.
That's
But,
pretty crazy.
As I'm saying with, like, PKers in the wilderness, I'm not a PKer personally, but I do think that there should be more content for people who log into the game and just want to kill people. Because, like, as of now, they go into the wilderness, they have a chance to, like, get clapped by someone with just, like, superior gear or a team. And also, I feel that, like, there isn't really, like, that much in that sort of aspect of RuneScape. Like, there's like subsections, you know what I mean? Like, there's the PVM, which is like Slay Stars. There's the skilling, which is like Omnia-ish, and then there's like PKers, which are like fools. And there's really no way to like integrate all three into one. So you have to like try kind of like cater to each. But I feel like some of the groups just get a little bit more hand-fed than the others. Because I
Yeah,
feel like
that's true.
PKers are just getting left out with like corrupt armor, which I mean is like, it really wouldn't affect the overall economy that much as Revs did, but it would affect how people like PK, if that makes sense. They'd be risking more, I guess. So it would kind of bring back the wilderness, but I don't really think like there's a lot that can bring it back because it's mainly just the people PKing, not really like, oh hey, a new update came. Like you're gonna see like 1,000 more people in the wilderness. Like you don't really hear that much. Like a new PvP update attracting new PvPers. Like I don't really hear that many like new PvP like people or like bounty hunter. I just feel like they don't get limelight, but yeah, it's enough.
Yeah. So recently, there was a bit of a controversial topic about the two-tick bird killing. I still need woodcutting to go myself, and I was making some pretty decent gains. Pour over like 20 HP in the course of 2-3 days. Just woodcutting, doing some two-tick, and then I easily decided to kill a bird whilst I was woodcutting on stream, and immediately became an issue. So, what are your guys' opinions on these sort of people, and how should they be dealt with?
It's
Starting
really
with Ridge.
Yeah.
shit.
Well, my opinion on that would definitely have to be, it's not really like I said, the PKers, like the way that they handle stuff is immature, but I hate to say it, but I feel like they kind of have to be to get their point across, because like Jagex just hasn't done jack fucking shit for the PKers.
Was it
like,
even PKs doing it though?
Yeah.
It wasn't PKs.
Yeah, they were
You
killing
sure?
the
Like
birds.
3 of them were in SKSC.
There were a few guys doing it just to be assholes, just to be trolls, but
Yeah, 3 of them were what you would consider as skillers as well. So that's what
Not
annoyed.
only, well, I was two-ticking for like probably 5 hours, and then someone just came up and started barraging my shit, and then he just did like a wave text, and it said bring PvP armors into the game.
yeah,
I was like,
they
what?
killed my birds, and they said you shouldn't have voted no. And I didn't even know
Yeah, so
what the
what's thing
context
about
was.
PKs versus skillers, sort of spin like that. But half the time the PKs can't kill the skillers, so it's quite funny.
Yeah, Hexus actually rioted over the PvP world, and there's guys logging in, and Hexus killed them immediately. It was pretty cool.
Whose turn is it now?
What about you, Locke? About the two-tick bird issue, and how should they be dealt with?
I think people who are repeatedly harassing other players in game and ruining their gameplay should at first receive a 2-day ban, and if they keep doing it, just up the bans. Honestly, I don't think those are the kind of people we need in the community, and I think Aiza should be reprimanded if he hasn't already for showing ragging on stream.
Yeah, I agree.
He hasn't even said anything. Like he said on Twitter, like don't do what I did, but he didn't personally say out front, don't do what I did. Like don't.
There was always a smirk on his face whenever he mentioned it in the streams, and I really don't appreciate that.
I feel like the main culprit should have got banned straight away. Because ragging is perm ban, so
Yeah.
that would have instantly made everyone stop. If they got banned straight away the first hour, no one would have done it.
Yeah, that's right. Next question. What are you guys' thoughts on Raids 2? So recently, Mod Ghost showed off some new boss ideas, and the rapier. Personally, I think the rapiers are a little weird looking. Like they didn't fit weaponry in this game, I guess, and just the term rapier just flashbacks of RS3.
Is that just added, or are they polling it?
They're gonna poll it. I think the Rage 2 pollers come in either this Thursday or next Thursday.
Yeah, I have another question.
What's that?
Okay, Raids literally released in 2017. It's 2018.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Iron Men who's like not only Iron Men, but there are a lot of people who do raids for like a T-bow and items. What are they gonna do when they don't have those items? Raids 2 comes out, and like they're left behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too soon. Definitely.
Like you can't just add Raids 2 just because it's Raids 2. You know what I mean? Like just because some players are ahead of others, like I mean, it shouldn't give them like a head start on like Raids 2, but it also shouldn't like deter them from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I get that they want to have like the best gear possible, like during the time that it comes out.
So
It just, if I were Jagex, I would release Raids 2. I would announce it like completely, like finalized at RuneFest this year in September, and then I'd launch it in
Yeah.
November. That's what I do.
So my concern is that it kind of annoys me that they're spending all this dev time to design this concept they haven't even pulled yet. It kind of annoys me. I think the bosses look very cool, and I'm sure it'll be a very fun piece of content, but it's definitely too soon, without a doubt. And another concerning thing is I feel like Jagex is currently being they don't necessarily care what we want anymore, and it's become really apparent. Like they hyping this Raids 2 content because it sells tickets. If you get what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
brings people to the game.
it's like money grabbing. Even though as a company they need to make money, it's just like they're pushing it on the players because they know it'll bring another large influx of players, which is what
Yeah.
they want, but only for money, not for the like benefit of the game.
Personally, I don't really care. I haven't paid attention once to Raids 2. I don't even know what that new weapon is. I don't even know any of what the bosses look like or anything. I was a bit confused why they've announced it so early, 'cause it's only been like a year, and this game's supposed to last for how long? So what they're going to do next year, Rage 3 or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Raids
instead,
3, and they're going to introduce Metaphos. You heard it here first.
and then I'm thinking, how they've already said as well that they hate balancing the game from the twisted bow. So what else are they gonna add? Because they have to make something
Mhm.
better than the twisted bow, obviously.
That's
That's what the scary thing is. And I thought they should have just made like a God Wars version. If they were gonna add something like new, like, we should just make God Wars version 2 or something.
I wouldn't even call it God Wars. I'd call it like I don't even fucking know.
Everyone, Bandos is boring as shit now, so I thought they would make at least another one, like an upgraded one. But instead they're just putting it. Well, if they did the God Wars version 2, they'll probably be the same items, I guess. Because with Rage, because that's what it is, they basically drop new melee range and shit.
I'd say I'm pretty open-minded for the polls. Like I don't vote no to everything just to be
Okay.
negative, but I'll definitely be voting no to Raids 2. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be voting no to everything possible in Raids 2.
I never vote. I haven't voted in a poll for like 4 or 5 months, because I don't think anything recently has been. Well, no need to vote really. Nothing really affected me. But
Yeah.
I think when I need to vote no, I'll vote no. But if I need to, I never like. If I'm like, oh, I like that, I won't vote yes. I'll just leave it as it is. I don't really care.
What do you think you'll be voting for Raids 2?
Oh no, I'd be voting no probably.
I just feel like the game is just trying to progress way too fast. And I don't understand why the hell they're working on Raids 2 when they promised us OSRS mobile by the beginning
But
of
will they be?
2018,
Will they
and
actually
it's
poll race
already
it?
March.
More on mobile to come.
Are they actually going to poll race 2 though, or is it an actual thing that added anyway?
They're polling it either this Thursday or next Thursday.
Okay.
What about you, Locke? Thoughts on Raids 2?
I do like the designs. I think the designs are great, but I will probably vote no because I think that's what's best for the game is to not add Raids 2 at this moment.
Yeah, I'd really encourage people as well. Um, this is not going to be a good thing for the game. It's pretty apparent. Mobile was mentioned, so we'll discuss that now, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Any plans when mobile releases? Personally, I'm in university, and I spend most of my time either at the desktop or in the lectures. And the lectures are a little bit too complicated and a little bit too intense for me to even do redwoods. I kind of need to give 100% concentration, so I don't think mobile will affect me too much. Ridge?
as for mobile, I'm really concerned about the new players coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The content that would be like the new content to them that is like dead/old content to us, like Zaya. If a new person comes back and starts playing like they did back in 07 when they started playing, they're going to say, what the hell is a Zaya? Like, they're literally going to be like, what's a Zaya? Like, they're not going to know anything. And I feel like the game is just moving like, it's like a giant snowball. And I feel like it's just getting too big. And then I feel like in like 5 or 4 years, it's just going to start declining. Because I feel like even though it's been 5 years, they're just adding mobile in 2018, which isn't late for the progress of the game, but I feel like it's a little bit too late to target the like old players that used to play, because if you keep on releasing content and bosses and just like quests that people like have no idea about, like again, like someone logs in for the first time again, they become a member, they have like shitty stats, they're gonna be like, well, what's a fossil island? You know what I mean? What's that?
Fossil Island was proposed in 2006, though, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what...
Also, I hate to like say this, but I don't know if you guys have heard, but RS3 is apparently thinking about adopting Zaya, like the idea of Zaya and Fossil Island.
Wow.
Obviously not like the same methods, but just like the island / like the lore of it. And again, going like back to old school, I've heard from other people that apparently like when Raids 3, I guess you could say, comes out, there's a giant empty space in Sodnafrem. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's the pyramid, and I feel like they're gonna add Menefos. Yeah, I feel like they'll add Menefos or like another raid per se, or maybe even like a solo boss, kind of like something to combat Warcath, like a giant crocodile or something that you could do your crocodile tasks on. Who knows?
That's actually a good idea. I like that.
But yeah.
Luck?
I'm pretty happy that mobile's coming out, although obviously there are concerns. I'm concerned with the possibility of more microtransactions, because mobile games are a cash cow for microtransactions. And I feel like new players in particular, ones that only play on mobile, will want these things and will vote yes for them if they're ever pulled. And if enough players want them, I think Jagex would pull them, personally.
Completely agree.
It's fucking retarded.
I really feel like Jagex is trying to just like conform to the new players rather than the old ones. And what they want. Because I feel like when the old players have been around for a while, they're usually just like, no, like we don't want new content. But maybe some of them do, you know what I mean? Like maybe some of them are like, oh, that'd be cool. Like it's...
No, I don't think mobile should be in the game. Like I don't want to sound like a dick or anything, but I don't think old school needs more players to the game as it already has, and I don't think it will really do that well. How I plan on using it is just it's a quality of life for me from Chrome Remote Desktop. That's all it is for me. I'm never gonna walk around and just play like do rooftops or something on it. I'm just always gonna use it for Nightmare Zone.
I think there's a few things that we're gonna see mobile coming out. I think obviously we're gonna see a lot more players play
That'd be
Jagex and
ridiculous.
servers because we're already kind of overpopulated in some areas. I think also we're gonna see more content based around
Yeah,
the
definitely gonna devalue
depth
stuff.
of- yeah.
I just don't see the point. Like when they announced it, I was like, "Why the fuck are you doing that for? We've got Chrome Remote Desktop, bro. That's all it is."
And-
As soon as it came out, I said, "Oh, it's just a quality of life for Nightmare Zone, bro." That's all it is. That's all it is for me. Quality of life.
And I also think that the high level community is going to be even tougher to get into. I think a lot of the guys that are in the top 1,000 or wherever are going to be using mobile to NMZ all the time. Like they're doing the
It won't
grocery
change
store.
anything.
Not even that for
Everyone-
mobile. From like a programmer's perspective, it is really, really, really easy to set up a bot on mobile. I'm not saying I've ever botted. Like you could check my account, JMods, if you're watching this, but it's really easy to program a bot on mobile to do like cannonballs or like Nightmare Zone.
Really?
Or fucking yeah. Like I can make a bot right now. I can make a script legit in 5 seconds for my phone on a remote desktop.
It's a concern.
That's definitely a concern because imagine the Chinese gold farmers or the Venezuelans on their iPhone 3G.
Next question. If Jagex released an old school server in the future, no updates like this one was promised to be, would you move to that server?
Yes.
No.
I would.
Any expansion on no lock?
I've just progressed too far in this game, and I do really enjoy this game. Although it does suck in some parts, I still really enjoy it. So, yeah, just no for that reason.
Are we talking about it coming tomorrow, the new server? Or in the future?
Say hypothetically in a year's time.
Probably no.
They're thinking about adding like an old school, which is like
I don't think-
realist 2007.
Don't think
No
many
Grand
people would move.
Exchange, no Nightmare Zone, no Zaya, no Fossil Island, no Warcath, no Dragon
No.
Slayer 2,
Don't think people would move.
no
to
Monkey Madness 2.
I'd stay on
like-
this game. I don't think there's actually that many bad things about this game. Just a few things. I actually quite enjoy it. How it is.
Yeah, I
would
think I like a
move.
moan. I like to like pinpoint the flaws of the game. I like to say what's wrong with the game, but ultimately I still enjoy the game, and there are a lot of the methods that I've named that I dislike that I actually enjoy doing.
I mean, the
And-
only aspect I like of that server is making the skills hard again. Even
yeah,
though this is what Jaggets don't understand. Like going back earlier, like for example, they say methods and stuff. Like so many people are now getting, even though it still takes longer from because it's still slower than the efficient method. Just because it's that much easier to do it, people are willing to do it. Like just AFK. Like for example, trying to think now. Well, like some people, Herblore for example, Hunter for example, with her what is it ever called? The stupid little tracking thing.
Favorable.
Yeah, some people probably wouldn't do Hunter with chins and they didn't want to do it, but now because of that method and it's still good XP, that's what they're doing. Even though it's still slower than chins, it's still devalued the skill. Same with ringcrafting. Like, people would not do Abyss, but that's the only reason I'd move to that server.
I think I'd probably move. I don't know. I just think I'd enjoy I'd enjoy starting fresh with everyone again, and I kind of like the hype of who's going to be the first 85 Slayer, like the
It would
Slayer
just be a brand new
old school
economy.
ones.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I just really like the
It would
old school
just
Slayer.
really just put a fresh taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm just comfortable with how my account is right now. I'm enjoying every day, getting higher and higher in ranks. So I don't really restart.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And last question for this podcast: has RuneScape taught you any real life skills? Starting with Swifts.
I guess sort of like it's gave me a better mentality of doing things. So for example, um, like for like schoolwork and stuff. For example, I can be more efficient. So for example, I'll do like 2 hours of work each day, and then it will progress into the assignment doing instead of doing it one night before. Yeah, I still don't do that, but that's how I think. It's gave me a better mentality. I still do it the night before, but it's how I think. But yeah, that's about it really. Like just saving time, and it's also gave me a bit. No, that's how I say it, actually. That's it. Not much. It hasn't gave me much life skills. Actually, it's gave me worse life skills. It made me more nervous in person. I used to be really loud and stuff in school, and now I'm really quiet. And I want to be a teacher as well, so it's really awkward.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely improved my social skills.
No, it's mine worse.
That's a joke. I think it's taught me quite a bit actually, like knowledge-wise and how to deal with things. Like, there was actually a question that came up in my first semester finals to do with bronze. Of course, I knew the elements that are involved with bronze because of RuneScape. Yeah, like with other scenarios, like I feel like I can manage money better. Like, I know how to like save for things long term. I think it definitely helps, and I feel like I have a better concept of how to improve myself long term. Like, go into university so that I can benefit long term.
I feel like it could benefit me a little bit time, but I always think, oh, if I wake up early, I get to play longer and stuff. Well, I'm like, nah, I'd rather have the 10 hours sleep instead. That's what I wish. That's what I really want to change, like my life. That's what I want to do, is preserve time better.
Yeah, it's got its negative effects, of course.
I'd say the only real life skill that RuneScape has taught me is really just like be efficient with your time and like plan out your time accordingly. Because if you don't, like, you'll be behind. And like not only like subconsciously, but I feel like there's a sort of like completion when you get an item, or like when you get a good grade on a test. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've been like studying, like watching guides and shit for like a while, and then like you actually like get it, or like get a kill or do something, or like get an item.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like the same thing as like studying for like a really hard test, and then like you pass it, or like you get it.
I haven't passed something in a long time. I need to sort myself out in second year. I've got like one B and the rest D's and shit. I need to sort myself out.
By you, Luck, any real life skills take from
Um,
RuneScape?
I wouldn't say skills, but like you said, with the whole bronze, like the elements you knew because of RuneScape, I've had like instances like that where I've known some sort of weird general knowledge fact about trees or
Yeah.
Like a willow
stuff like
tree.
that from RuneScape. And
Spirit tree.
slider puzzles. So back in 2007, when I first did Monkey Madness 2, like I didn't know how to do the puzzles, so I spent hours online, like for a week straight, doing slider puzzles and working out the method for them, just 'cause I was like an idiot. So now I can do slider puzzles really well. So there's that.
I can't do any puzzles. I'm shit at problem solving.
The all important slider puzzle. Well, that concludes the first podcast. So yeah.
And the last.
It's Follow Swift's RS.
See you guys.